Most advice for 3 a.m. wake ups focuses on helping you fall back asleep. But that's not the real issue. The real issue is why your body is waking you up in the first place. And I'm going to help you understand what's behind that and how to address it at the root so you can finally stay asleep all night. In this video, I'll show you what's actually triggering those 3 a.m. wake ups in your body, the 4 most common root causes I see in my clients, and how to gently support each one so your body no longer needs to wake you up in the first place. Imagine you have one of those motion sensor lights outside your house. Ideally, it's supposed to stay off all night and not detect anything. Quiet, undisturbed. But every single night around 3 a.m., it flips on. You can't see anything triggering the motion sensor light to flip on. So at first, you might think this thing is broken or on the fritz. But then you realize it's not broken. It's doing exactly what it's designed to do. It's detecting something. Maybe it's a passing car, a shift in the wind, a small movement you can't even see. And your body works the exact same way. It didn't randomly decide to wake you up at 3 a.m. It detected something and flipped the switch. So that 3 a.m. wake up you keep experiencing, that's your motion sensor going off. It's actually your body doing exactly what it's designed to do, noticing something and responding. And this is where I want you to shift how you're thinking about this, because most people immediately go to frustration. Why is this happening? Why can't I just stay asleep? Or what's wrong with me? But your body isn't randomly waking you up in the middle of the night. It's responding. Because during the second half of the night, your sleep actually gets lighter. You're spending more time in REM sleep and less time in that deep, heavy sleep that keeps you fully out, which means your system becomes more sensitive. So if something even slightly is off, your blood sugar, your stress hormones, your nervous system, that's when your body is most likely to wake you up. Not as a mistake, but as a signal. Your body didn't randomly decide to wake you up. It detected something and flipped the switch. And when you start to look at it this way, everything shifts. Because now we're not asking, how do I force myself back to sleep? We're asking a much better question. What is my body trying to tell me? And once you understand that, you can actually start to resolve it at the root. Now, before we get into the root causes I see most often, there are a few things I always want you to gently rule out first. When I work with clients on improving sleep, it's always important to take a look at some of the common causes of overnight waking that get overlooked. The first is sleep apnea, and this one is far more common than people realize, especially in women, where it doesn't always show up as loud snoring. Instead, it can look like waking up in the night with a dry mouth, or waking with headaches, or feeling exhausted even after a full night in bed. And I have seen people try every supplement, every routine, every trick for sleep, when what their body actually needed was better breathing support at night. The second is hormonal shifts. If you're in your late 30s, 40s, or 50s, this matters because your body is naturally recalibrating hormones during this time, and that can absolutely show up as more frequent night waking. So sometimes that 3 a.m. wake up isn't just stress. It's your body adjusting to hormone changes. This is something I support clients on, and I will cover this in another video because this one has a lot of layers. Then there are a few other quieter contributors I just want to name briefly. Things like chronic pain, restless legs, certain medications, even alcohol consumption. While all of these can be worked on with a natural approach too, it's important to know they're just additional signals your body might be working through. And once you've considered those, then we can look at what I most commonly see underneath these 3 a.m. wake ups and how to start supporting your body at the root. So let's start with one of the most common and most overlooked reasons why wake ups happen: blood sugar instability. And this one is so important because it's not something most people connect to sleep at all. You might go to bed feeling completely fine. Maybe you ate dinner a few hours earlier. Maybe you didn't eat much that day. Maybe you're even trying to eat lighter or space things out more. And everything feels okay when you fall asleep. But overnight, your body is still working. And if your blood sugar starts to drop too low while you're sleeping, your body sees that as a stress signal. Not a small one either. This is an important one because your brain depends on a steady supply of glucose to function. So what does your body do when blood sugar drops? It releases cortisol to bring your blood sugar back up. And that cortisol spike is what wakes you up. Not because your body is trying to disrupt your sleep, but because it's trying to protect you. This is your body doing its job. Now, if this is happening regularly, it's usually a sign that your system isn't feeling stable during the day. Maybe you're skipping meals. Maybe you're not eating enough. Maybe your meals are missing enough protein or fat to keep things steady. And over time, that shows up at night. So one of the most supportive things you can do here is focus on stability. Eating regularly throughout the day, at scheduled times, building meals that actually keep you full, not under eating or pushing long gaps without fuel. And for some people, even having a small balanced snack in the evening, something with a little protein and fat, can make a noticeable difference. Because when your body feels steady during the day, it doesn't need to wake you up at night. Stable blood sugar during the day creates stable sleep at night. The second root cause I see all the time is a dysregulated nervous system. This is that feeling where you're completely exhausted, but your body just won't stay asleep. And if that sounds familiar, there's a really important reason for it. Your body runs on a rhythm. Cortisol is meant to rise in the morning to wake you up, give you energy, help you feel alert, and then gradually come down at night so you can stay asleep. But when your system has been under chronic stress, whether that's emotional stress, physical stress, under eating, overtraining, or even poor gut health, that rhythm can get flipped. So instead of cortisol staying low at night, you get these spikes overnight. And those spikes wake you up. Again, not as a mistake, but because your body is in a more alert, protective state. Almost like it's lightly on guard, even while you're sleeping. And this is where it's really important to understand. You can't force your body into deep sleep if it doesn't feel safe. Sleep is a safety-based state. So if your nervous system is still holding on to stress from the day, it's going to be much more sensitive at night. Now, one of the most powerful and often overlooked ways to start supporting this actually has nothing to do with your bedtime routine. It's your morning. Getting natural light early in the day and waking up around the same time consistently helps reset your entire circadian rhythm because your body resets at wake up, not at bedtime. And then from there, layering in simple nervous system support during the day, slowing down, creating moments of calm, supporting your stress response can make a huge difference in how your body behaves at night. And this is also where your gut comes into play more than people realize. Your gut and your nervous system are constantly communicating. So when your digestion is off or there's underlying inflammation, your body can stay in that slightly more activated state. And that can show up as lighter, more disrupted sleep. So the goal here isn't to knock yourself out at night. It's to help your body feel safe enough to stay asleep. Because a calm nervous system is what allows deep sleep to happen. The third root cause I see often is nutrient deficiencies. And this one can be frustrating because you might feel like you're doing everything right. You're eating well, you're trying to take care of yourself, but your sleep still isn't where you want it to be. And what's often missing here are the actual building blocks your body needs to create deep and restful sleep. One of the biggest ones I see is magnesium. Magnesium plays a role in over 300 processes in the body. But when it comes to sleep, two of the most important things it supports are relaxation and melatonin production. So if your body is running low in magnesium, it's much harder for your system to fully settle and stay asleep through the night. And this is one of the simplest, most effective shifts I've seen for people. Supporting magnesium levels, especially with the form magnesium glycinate, can make a noticeable difference in how deeply and consistently you sleep. And alongside that, B vitamins also play an important role in energy, nervous system regulation, and melatonin production, which again ties back to sleep. Now, here's an important piece that often gets missed. Sometimes it's not just about what you're taking, it's about what your body can actually absorb. And this is where gut health comes in. If your digestion isn't working optimally, even if you're eating well or supplementing, your body might not be getting what it needs. So this isn't about doing more. It's about making sure your body has access to the right support in a way that it can actually use. Because your body needs the right building blocks to create deep sleep. The fourth root cause to look at is your body's ability to process and clear things efficiently, especially through the liver. And this is where that 3 a.m. timing starts to feel a little less random. Because overnight, your body is doing a lot of internal processing, breaking things down, packaging things up, clearing out what it doesn't need, and your liver plays a central role in all of that. So if your system is a little backed up or overloaded or just not processing as efficiently as it could, your body may need to wake you up to handle that demand. And this is also where alcohol can play a bigger role than most people realize. A lot of my clients notice that their 3 a.m. wake-ups happen most consistently on nights they've had a drink, even if it helped them fall asleep. Because your body has to prioritize clearing alcohol through the liver. So instead of focusing on its usual overnight processing, it shifts its attention. And that extra load can be enough to trigger a wake up. Not because alcohol is bad, but because your body is working harder behind the scenes to process it. Another area where the liver becomes relevant is when it comes to hormones. because your liver is responsible for helping process and clear excess hormones from the body. So if that system is under more pressure, that can show up as more disruption during the night. Now, none of this means you need some intense detox protocol. In fact, most of the time, your body just needs gentle support. Simple things like supporting liver function with herbs like roasted dandelion root or milk thistle, or making sure you're getting enough of the nutrients that help those pathways run well, like B vitamins, can go a long way. And this is also where your gut comes back into the picture, because your gut and your liver work closely together. So if digestion or elimination is off, your body often has to compensate elsewhere, which can mean more work happening overnight. So the goal here isn't to push your body harder, it's to support it so things can flow more smoothly. Because when your body can process efficiently, it doesn't need to wake you up to do it. Now, if you've also been feeling that wired but tired energy during the day, like you're exhausted, but your body still feels a little on, I made a video on how to calm your nervous system and actually shift that wired but tired pattern so your body can finally feel safe again and so restful sleep can follow. Click right here to watch that next.